Hello everyone. So today we're going to be doing the Order Demonic Oracle instructional video. Now, before we get started, we're going to do the legal warning. This board and its images are copyrighted and protected. And additionally, the Order is not responsible for any outcomes, paranormal activity, or life choices made based on the intended or unintended use of this board. This board does not replace any sort of professional legal or medical advice. And now we'll get started. So a lot of you are receiving your boards now, and you might get this and wonder, what do I do? Okay, it's here now. What's next? So we will be teaching you the 2 ways to use this board. The board comes with general instructions because this board will be mass marketed and sold in mass to the general public. But if you are a more advanced and magical person, then you will want more detailed instructions. So we are going to show you how to maximize the results of your demonic oracle board. So first things first, you will need to open your board and you need to get your energy signature on this board. So you need to get acquainted with this board, and again, you need to get your energy signature on this board. We are going to try to not activate the board during the video. If anything happens, then great, it's exciting. But if you see anything strange, but anyway, so you need to start opening it. So, so make sure you get at least both hands on there. See, get the card, and yeah. So you'll have your card in here. This has the general overview of the board. Then you'll have your planchette. You'll need to begin holding your planchette, read your card, and start getting acquainted with the board. You need to put your energy on the planchette. You need to just make sure that your hands are very much acquainted with the pieces of the board. After doing this, you'll need to also put your energy signature on the board. You'll open the board, put it down in front of you, and you're going to need to rub your hands over the board. So you might wonder why you need your energy signature on there. This is going to help maximize the connection of this portal. This board is acting as a portal between you and the astral where the demons are residing, and you need to make sure that they know that this is your energy on the other side of this board. It is very important that when you're getting started that you only ask questions related to you. Try to stick to yes or no questions. But before we even get to that, you need to, again, put your energy onto the board, and you need to first pick a demon. So this board can only make contact with the Royal Legion, so it needs to be one of the 90 demons. Lucifer is not an option with this board. You will never make contact with Lucifer. You only make contact with one of the 90 royal demons, not the intermediary. You can find the 90 royal demons and all of their sigils in the Introduction to Demonic Magick on the orderofdarkarts.com. So you will pick your demon to begin with. It's good to be prepared. You need to, if it would be best to print their sigil and in advance and have it present. So in this case, we have printed Forgalore. Is my husband's patron. A lot of people will start with their patron demon. If you have figured that out, again, you can find your patron demon through the book Introduction to Demonic Magick. Now, you need to pick this in advance. It would be best to print out a sigil, have it present somewhere, and get ready for the next steps. So you've picked your demon at this point. You've opened your board. You've put your energy onto it. It would be best to write your questions down in advance. You really want to again stick to yes or no questions in the beginning. As you get more familiar with your board, you can ask it more complex questions, but if you are just establishing your connection with this board, you really need to stick to yes or no questions. You also need to only ask questions about yourself. In the future, in the very near future, we're going to have a demonic oracle a professional class where we teach other magic teachers. We teach you how to spell cast, divinate, use this board as a tool, but that is a different spell sigil prior to using the board, and you will only get accurate results at this point when you ask questions about yourself. You can have another person present, but they need to be silent the entire time. This is a tool. At no point should you be screaming, giggling, laughing, nothing. This is a very serious ambiance you need to set. You need to be in there prepared to speak to a demon. So you need to have a space that's clean, a space that's respectful. You need to be clean. Anyone else that's present really needs to be clean. This is in itself basically a ritual, and it needs to be treated with respect. Again, because it will be mass marketed, mass sold, it has very general instructions in the packaging. But again, if you are a serious occultist or a serious magical practitioner, then this video is going to help quite a bit. So put your energy on there, have your sigil present, have your questions done in advance, and then you will sit down with your board. It's preferable that you're sitting. The other person needs to sit. Once you have sat with your board, the other person must be silent. Again, hopefully you've created an ambiance. Lighting candles, anything like that is great. This board can be used at any time of day, but it's best at night. Demons like to work might like to come through when the world is calm around you. So nighttime based on where you are, not any other certain time zone. Just nighttime based on where the portal is that you're opening. But after sun goes down, my preferable times are midnight, 9 p.m., midnight, 3 p.m. But it's up to you. Again, you're going to get results regardless, but you need to make sure that you are calm, preferably at night. I'm just giving you advice to get the best results possible for you. So you will need to, once you have sat down, you will need to ask out loud, the person who will be asking the questions needs to out loud ask and this is quote, any non-demons present, please leave this space. So you will say that, and then you will wait approximately 30 seconds. If you want to have a timer going for that, that's fine, but it needs to be preferably 30 seconds. So you need to give other entities the time to leave, and then you'll be opening your portal. You will then bring your sigil of your demon out, and you will ask your demon to be present. So in this case, you would say, Folklore, please join me in communication through this portal. At this point, you will decide whether you will use it in one of the two ways that it can be used. So you will either channel, where you can move the board or move the planchette around, and you can say out loud, Folklore, come through me to give me the results to my questions or the answers to my questions. Or you can sit there and place your fingers on the edge of the board. You need to use 2 hands and place them on the bottom of the planchette very lightly. Don't put any weight on it. And you can wait until the planchette moves itself under your guidance. So again, you can do one of 2 ways. I would recommend the first one, where you are moving the planchette on your own and you allow a demon to channel through you and guide you in its answers. Or you can wait until the planchette moves itself on your guidance. The second option would be best if you had 2 people present, so you could put both of your energy into your side of the portal and give it more energy so that a demon is able to come in and move it. But either way, it can still move on its own if you are alone. So a lot of different spirit boards, you have to have 2 people. This one you don't. Again, this is a personal connection. You will not be asking questions for the other person who's present in the room. It is best if everyone has their own board. Again, you are putting your energy all over this board, and you really need to give it the respect of making that connection with you. In the future, again, we'll have classes to teach you how to use this professionally. That way you don't get inaccurate answers for people and have them make bad decisions on their lives. So you can ask any kind of question. As far as in the beginning, I would recommend yes or no questions, and that way you can get familiar with the board and get familiar with how the planchette moves. And you need to make sure that if you have another person with you, that you are not channeling. You want to give your energy to the planchette and allow it to move. But again, not to be repetitive, try to stick to yes or no questions until you get the planchette moving on its own, or you start feeling it move on its own, and then you can get more complex with questions. Try not to flood it with very complicated questions in the beginning. Again, these need to be questions related to you. Like, should I stay with this person? Should I go with this career? Should I, just things like that. But, and again, stick to more basic in the beginning. And once you start making connection with this board and start having the planchette move on its own, then you can move on to more complex situations and questions. If you are working with someone else in front of you, unless you've been trained with this board as a professional, they need to really have their own board. It's very much preferable. You can still get results for them, but you have a little bit, you might have a little bit less accuracy because energies will get crossed, and a demon that you're communicating with may assume that you are asking questions on your behalf. So you'll do that. Once you've gotten your answers, you will then, your sigil that's present, you will then flip it, and you will tell the demon, thank you for your time. Our session is over. This portal is closing. Now, on the very, very off chance that your demon wants to keep talking, and if you don't, then what is included in this is an emergency, a spell to close the portal. If there is the chance that a demon is very, very slim, but this is practically an evocation through a board. So if you do the instructions as we've told you in the video, again, we are not responsible. So if you do get a full evocation and it frightens you, then you can do the emergency spell. And the instructions for that are included with the board for each buyer. So you do that. You'll do the emergency if you need it, or if at any point you're nervous. A lot of people, when they experience the planchette moving on their first time, they'll get scared. They'll get very nervous because suddenly everything's real and they realize that this is not a joke. But whatever you do not scream. Try not to scream, try not to panic, try not to freak out. So if you do get a full evocation, be calm, speak to it as a person. It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to harm you ever. That's an absolute fact. This board has protections. This board will not contact Lucifer himself. This board will not contact intermediaries. This board will not contact dead spirits. This has protections on it. It will not contact lower demons or allow lower demons to come in. Because of the protections on there, unfortunately with other spirit boards, there's the chance that lower demons can come in and cause issues, but with this board, there's not. So any kind of issues you're having, it will not be will not be at fault of the board. So you need to, as far as anything like, a house haunting or possession wise. So you do not have to worry about possession. There's no chance of this hurting or harming your loved ones, your pets, attaching to you. You will be, when you close the board, you'll be closing the portal. And then again, there's an emergency spell if needed. So during this whole time, you need to be very focused. You need to be very respectful. The only real reason you'd need another person there is to create more energy for the use of the board. If you want to see this thing moving around on its own, there may be the situation where you don't have to put your hands on it at all. Once you get very skilled with the board, it may just start wanting to talk on its own and move. And in the beginning of the video, you might have seen that little bowing of energy. That you're going to see some interesting stuff when you start using the board, and it's only going to get better and better the more you use it. So again, make sure you put your energy on there. It's very necessary. Lighting candles, things like that would be great. If you want a candle, you have demonic evocation potion or anything like that, then you can do that and dress your candle with that if you choose. Again, always six drops. You don't have to worry about the minutes because you're just going to be doing that for the duration of the board use. So everyone be careful. If I have left anything out, please ask in the comments below. But keep this board in a safe space. It will not be a good idea to light this on fire. If you don't want to, if you're afraid of the board, have issues with the board, it'd be better to just discard it or throw it away. Lighting it on fire is a direct insult to the demons, and it's basically like a slap in the face. And we're not responsible for anything at that point. We're not responsible for anything anyway, but it's just, you need to definitely be careful, be respectful with these demons, and don't panic. A lot of people will be getting evocations, but the large majority will not. So you'll not be seeing a demon or anything, but this is, if you are a very advanced occultist, this is what you do. You do demonic magic. This is going to absolutely enhance your ritual work and your experience with contacting demons. So again, the reason for this is making a direct portal to a demon. I do not recommend this being used to find your patron. You really need to pick a demon out in advance, because if you don't and you just call out to, say ask for a random demon to come through, then you may at any point in time, get upwards of 10 or more, and you might make it extremely mixed messages, or you may get none, may just not open. So we need to come with this board with intentions and use this as a tool to communicate with demons. Any other intentions, using this as a gag or just to be fun or whatnot, you may get minimal results, or you may get no results. So, just make sure that you come at this with the correct intention, and you are respectful while using this board. So thank you, everyone. We will see you around. Bye.